Live from the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy, he's been really up against it lately. Major struggles at the plate, but perhaps today he gets it going again.
Yeah, Boog, he needs to find his rhythm out there and just simplify his mindset in the box. I know it's easier said than done, but you just got to see the ball, hit the ball.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Pitching for the Cubs in this one, Matthew Boyd. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Sal Freeland leading things off and takes a strike.
First pitch, 640.
Ball, that's down.
The 1-2. Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. One gone here. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Jackson Chourio.
And Boog, he's their team leader in home runs, so you know the pitchers on that other side, man, they took a lot of time preparing for him in that pregame meeting. You know, he's got a lot of pop, and it's real pop. It's not fluky at all. He can absolutely change the outlook of a game very quickly, so watch out when he steps in.
Yelich in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. That one's upstairs, ball one.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
That one lifted to left. Conforto coming on. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 11, Jackson.
Here's the left fielder, Jackson Chourio.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Hitting better than .350 this month.
Just missed. And he's the home run leader on this team, Singy.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
In the air, left side. Conforto has a beat on it, and that'll do it. End of a half inning of play. No score. Back here at Wrigley Field, and taking the ball for Milwaukee, Brandon Woodruff. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Here's Nico Horner.
Hey.
Right there for a strike. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Chourio in position, and there's one down. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. Someone who makes things happen for them in part with his legs, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ah, Boog, what a great talent. I mean, the kind of player who can dominate a game at times, be a perennial all-star. He's going to take home some hardware as well. I mean, he's one of the best in the game today and always fun to watch.
Now it's Alex Bregman.
I'm liking what I've seen from him at the dish lately. 10 hits in his last 5 games.
Out to short. Throws to first in time.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
2 down, bases empty. Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. 4th on the National League RBI leaderboard. And he'll challenge that called strike. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. The 1-0. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. A solo shot. The Cubs strike first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Seiya Suzuki. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the second game of the series. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. New inning getting started. Now the Brewers cleanup hitter, Andrew Vaughn.
Ball 1.
Here's a 1-1. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 1 down.
That is fifth. The third baseman, number 13, Luis Rengifo.
Luis Rengifo, the next to hit. And that one fouled off. Here's your 1. Popped up. Horner gets under it. And there's 2 down.
That is fifth. The center fielder, number 5, Garrett Mitchell.
Here's the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
And a swing and a miss there.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And a ground ball to first, and it goes just foul. 2 down, nobody on. On the ground, and foul ball.
Ball.
Got him swinging. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Stepping in, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Number 4, Pete Crow Armstrong.
And a foul ball. Fastball is outside. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
On a line. Takes it in for the out.
Batting 6, the catcher, Carson Kelly.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. That one fouled off. Yo, 1. That catches the corner.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting 7, the first baseman, number 25, Moises.
2 outs, base is empty. So up next for Chicago, Moises Ballesteros. A little bit low. Ball 1. Tap dances out of the way of that one. Fouls one off. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Here at Wrigley Field, top half of the 3rd inning, David Hamilton up now for the Brewers. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Ball 2.
That one fouled off. 2-2.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Hamilton not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And the strike call will stand. Still 1 challenge left for them. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Joey Ortiz. And there's a ball.
Inside, ball 2.
Just missed. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And Gary Sanchez at the plate.
He really needs to start making more contact, averaging 2 strikeouts per game over his last 5.
And first offering is fouled off. In the air, left field. Conforto ranging back. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Back here at the friendly confines. And here comes Dansby Swanson.
Ball, that's out.
Swanson getting to start at shortstop in the 8th spot in today's lineup. So far this season, his on-base percentage is right around .370.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Fouled off down the right side. And the 2-2. This one lifted in the air, left field. Chourio should have this one, and there's one away.
Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 24.
Michael Conforto will climb in. Conforto went deep in his most recent game. And that one is lifted in the air. Freeland has a beat on it. And there's 2 away.
The batter, number 2, second baseman.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Nico Horner now at the plate. Fly to left his first time.
That's a ball.
Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubs, but they lead it 1-0. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, Sal Freeland.
He's not the power guy, but he can hurt you to all parts of the ballpark.
Next offering is fouled back. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Here comes Christian Yelich. He's 0 for 1. Into center and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Really stayed true on that swing. It wasn't an easy pitch. Lefty on lefty. Pitch was a little down, a little bit away, but he committed to it. And his shoulder stayed square to the plate. Didn't try to pull off that ball at all. And that's why it jumped off the bat.
Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. And that's
outside. That's a ball.
And that is ball one. Tying run is at first. Top half of inning number 4.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Yelich goes. Cut on and missed. Throws, save. That's a stolen base. Runner at second here, one gone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Man at second. Inside, 3-2 the count.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Back to work, 3-2 now. And ball 4 to avoid.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
Andrew Vaughn now. 0 for 1, popped out foul to the catcher his first time off. And a big swing and a miss. In the air to left center. Brings it in.
Up next for Milwaukee, the third baseman, number 13, Luis.
2 outs, runners at first and second. Now the third baseman, Luis Rengifo. 0 for 1 so far. Fought off foul. And fouled off. 2 aboard, 2 outs.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Missed with a changeup, and that's ball 1. Waves at the bender for the strikeout. Brewers strand a couple. They're down 1-0. Back here at Wrigley Field, Alex Bregman, top 5 in batting average. It has been a nightmare for pitchers this season, Singy.
Yeah, the swing is simple, Boog, repeatable and deadly. Remarkable consistency.
Fouled off. He was late. There's a high chopper. Ortiz slings to first in time.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Michael Busch.
And up next for Chicago, Michael Busch. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. He swings and fouls one off. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
That's a ball.
Look out.
First base.
That fastball drilled him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Man at first with one gone. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Seiya Suzuki. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
Yeah, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Too high. Ball.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Man at first, one away. That one in the dirt and gets away. Throws to second. Not going to get him. He's in there. And now a man into scoring position.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
Seiya strikes him out for the second time today. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So digging in, Pete Crow Armstrong. He's 0 for 1. Check swing called strike. Strike 1.
Ball. That's out.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. And a swing and a miss, and that's that.
Well, needed a big strikeout to get out of danger. Turned to the deception of that changeup. Great execution. Really sold it with the arm speed. Had his opponent way out on that front foot.
Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Well, these Brewers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Strike 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
The kick, the 3-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a payoff pitch. And ball 4 there. Tying run is on base.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Now, David Hamilton went down on strikes his first time through. Swing and a foul out of play.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Oh, 1 down. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. Tying run is at first. And we're at the top of the 5th. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Seems that he was committed to swinging at this pitch regardless of where it was before the pitch was even released. He's in an 0-2 count, and you're looking to battle at that point, trying to protect the zone. So you do become a little more swing happy, but on a fastball that doesn't even come close, makes you think there wasn't much of a 2-strike adjustment being made there. Swing hard in case you hit it. He didn't hit it.
Boy, keeping an eye on him. And now it's going to be Joey Ortiz right through there for a strike. Mitchell stands at first with 1 out. That one way outside, and now it's even 1-1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Obi Milner, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Maton, the right-hander, loosening up as well. This one in the air, right field. And that is foul.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Lined, and that's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Here is Gary Sanchez. Fly to left his first time.
That's a ball.
Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Sliced hard but foul. One and 2 now. Got him swinging for the K. Strikeout number 8.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third and 1 out. Couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up. And that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. And that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Now a pop-up on the infield. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
Kelly.
Fastball for a strike.
Ball.
That
Ball
misses.
3.
3-1.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
That clips the zone. Full count now. He'll challenge. Thought that was a ball. So the call will stand. So they'll lose their first challenge. This one in the air. Woodruff takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, the first baseman, number 25.
And here's the first baseman, Moises Ballesteros. Hit by a pitch his first time up.
Hey!
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. Out towards right center field. Freeland under it. Takes it in for the out.
The batter, number 7. Shortstop.
And now it's Dansby Swanson. High fly ball, right field. Freeland on the move. And that will end the inning. So they go quietly there. We're through 5. It's the Cubs 1 and the Brewers nothing. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Bobby Milner.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Well, one-run game. Yelly stepping into the box now. 1 for 2. The 1-0. Hard hit, right side. Throw to first in time.
Up next for Milwaukee, the left fielder, number 11, Jackson Chorio.
Now the left fielder, Jackson Chorio.
Nope.
Chorio, 22 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. And that's through there for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you'd love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Gets him to chase after that one. That missed by a lot. And the count's full. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side. And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Next for the Brewers, Andrew Vaughn. Step off, throw to first.
Safe.
Chourio back in on a dive. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Save. And the tying run is now in scoring position. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Hit on the ground to short. Sends it to first. Fine play in the hole for the out.
Everyone appreciates when a shortstop makes a play like that. Your manager's smiling over there, and your teammates are loving it.
Luis Rengifo gets a chance to hit here.
That's outside.
The Brewers with the tying run at second, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Swing, and he popped it up. Ballesteros gets under it, brings it in, and that's the third out. Brewers strand one. They trail here 1-0. Bottom of the sixth inning, digging in, Michael Conforto.
Number 24, Michael Conforto.
No, inside.
And
Ball,
downstairs.
that's down.
Next offering is foul back. In for a strike, and the count is 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 2-2. Base knock right field. And they had their first hit since the first inning.
Number 2.
Back to the top of the order. Nico Horner will come up to hit. A rope into right, and that's a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles, really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Alex Bregman. Right through there for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Jared Koenig, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Hall getting loose as well. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. First and second, no outs. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Close,
Nope.
but called the ball. Ball one.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Swing and a pop-up. One away.
Oh, that's a frustrating into the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Now it's the DH, Michael Busch. He's produced the only run of the game with his solo shot earlier.
Yeah, the pitching's been outstanding in this one, so that home run has really been the only big sign of life from either offense.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Conforto at second. Horner over at first with one away. Swing and a ground ball. Acrobatic throw for one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, that's great hustle out of the box to get down the line, knowing that a double play will end the inning. Good job at the finish, reaching out for the bag. Now they got runners on the corners and still an opportunity to pick up some runs.
High leverage spot, and here is Seiya Suzuki.
Ball.
Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Right through there for a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
The 1-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 2 outs.
Ball.
Pitch misses. 3-1 now.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. Down the line, and it's foul. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Cubs strand a couple, but they hold a 1-0 lead.
Now pitching for
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Caleb Thielbar.
And something to be aware of, the long ball has been a little bit of a problem for him this year.
Well, 1-run game. Here's the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. He is struck out, and he is walked. That one's in there. That's strike 1. Curveball over for a called strike. Gets a piece and stays alive. Looking to get the tying run on base. In there, sets him down on strikes. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Now at the plate, David Hamilton, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Just
Yep,
missed.
that ball went out.
Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Hunter Harvey up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Maton getting cranked up as well. 1-1 now. Way out front for strike 2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Tough night at the dish, punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable with the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now, not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
So up next, Joey Ortiz. Two down, nobody on. Ground ball
That
right
ball's
side and foul ball. That one almost got him. The 1-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Here's a 1-2.
Good
Oh,
slider
that's
down and
inside.
in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
On the ground, right side. And that chance handled. Throws to first in time. That ends the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. And it remains 1-0.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jared Koenig on for his 20th appearance of the year. Pete Crow Armstrong digs in now. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Backed off the plate that time.
That's ball 3.
Payoff pitch. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And he walked him.
That pitch is in.
And he represents the tying run on base after that hard-fought walk. So digging in, Carson Kelly. That's in there, and it's 0-1.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Outside.
Ball, outside.
Ball 1. Just missed. Crow Armstrong on at first. Nobody out. Step off throw to first. Crow Armstrong dives back in safely. The 2-1. Now one
That's ball
miss.
3.
And the tying run is on base.
Up next for the Cubs, the first baseman, number 25.
So up next, Moises Ballesteros. Swings through that one. 0-1. Fair ball. Headed for the plate. And they lead by 2.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Jared Koenig won't go any further tonight. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. D.L. Hall taking over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
First and second, no outs. Dansby Swanson stands in. That's outside.
That pitch is out.
Ball 1. And another ball. That one missing
Ball 3.
inside. Yeah, that's in for a strike. And now 3-1. High fly ball out to left field. And there's one down.
Up next for the Cubs, the left fielder, number 24, Michael Conforto.
2 aboard with 1 out. Michael Conforto, the next Cub to hit. And there's a foul ball. The 0-1. Swing and a miss at a slider. The Cubs trying to break this one open here at the bottom of the 7th. In the air, right field. Freeland moving under it. He makes the grab.
The batter, number 2, second baseman.
Back to the top of the order now. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Nico Horner. 1 for 3. Up the middle, lays out, but he can't squeeze it. He decides to hold on to it, and everyone's safe. The bases are loaded.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
And in this critical spot, up steps Alex Bregman.
Kind of goes without saying, but stranding these 2 runners in scoring position right here, it feels like it's a must if they stand a chance to win this game.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Kelly at third. Ballesteros on second. Horner at first. 2 out of the inning. Fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Oh, he hit him.
First base.
And that brings home a run. Michael Busch getting ready to hit. He's already homered in this game.
That's a ball.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate.
That's
Pressure's
ball
on
two.
right here. 2-0 count. Bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
2-0. And
Ball
another
three.
ball. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Two one. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two now. And that's outside. Ball four, and a run comes in to score.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the wall. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
All loaded up. Seiya Suzuki, the next cup to hit. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And a foul ball. So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. That one fouled hard the other way. In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. But all the runners hold. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Stays alive. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Chourio under it. That is the inning. So they get 3 runs in the inning, but they also leave the bases loaded. 8th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 4 and the Brewers nothing. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Cubs,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Phil Maton. And he has some nasty breaking stuff. Here's Gary Sanchez now. The Brewers in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
And first offering is fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Movement in the bullpen. Jamison Tayo getting ready to go. The 0-2.
Well,
Off
that's
the
kind of
plate,
what you
ball
expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And one out now.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Freeland,
that's a ball.
The next to hit, takes ball one. Next offering is fouled back. The Cubbies leading by 4, and we're in the top of the 8th. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And a curve is down and in. Right through there, got it. That's out number 2.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Yelich in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Ball.
Strike 2.
Nothing but curveball so far in the at-bat. Kind of makes it difficult as a hitter to know what to look for because you start wondering if he'll keep coming with it or if they'll try to speed you up.
Pitch misses, and it's 2-2. This one in the air, center field. Crow Armstrong on his way over. He's got it, and that is that. Brewers go down quietly. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score.
Now pitching for the
Back
Brewers.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we
39.
roll into the bottom of the 8th, Chad Patrick.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
Here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Ball inside.
Late with the swing there.
Ball, that's out.
Smoked on the ground a second. Fires to first in time.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, Carson Kelly.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Carson Kelly. That
Ball,
misses
that's
the
out.
zone. Ball 1. And that one fouled off.
Ball.
Misses
Ball
off the inside. Full count now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch. To the right side. Hamilton slings to first in time.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
2 down, bases empty. And now the first baseman, Moises Ballesteros. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And now the 0-1. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. 2 down, nobody on. And that's way high. Now 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
The batter, number 7.
Swanson digs in. 0 for 3 in this one.
Swanson.
High chopper to third. Oh, the throw is over his head. Doesn't get too far away, so no one moves up.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden you get another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
First and second, 2 outs. The batter will be Michael Conforto.
Ball, that's in.
Two on, 2 outs.
Outside, that's a ball.
And that one popped in the air, left field. Chourio should have this one, and that'll do it. Cubs strand a couple, but they're in front 4-0. Last chance coming up for the Brewers.
Now pitching for
We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Ben Brown. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's the left fielder, Jackson Chourio.
Number 11, Jackson Chourio.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Pitch misses, and it's 1-2.
Ball.
Got him swinging. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Vaughn in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And a ball and 2 strikes. That's one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. And that
That's
one
ball
missing
3.
low. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a payoff pitch. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 3-2 on the way. Swings through it for the K. Just one out remaining for the Brewers.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, but I'm so glad I'm retired.
Rengifo at the plate now, and that's strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th.
No, that's low.
The Brewers down to their final strike.
Ball,
That
that's
turns out to be
outside.
a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Two down, nobody on. That misses the
ball
zone,
3.
and it's a full count. And that's ball 4.
Ball 4.
One of the things about that
First
two-out
base.
walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Ben Brown will depart. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
New pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Jamison Tyone.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Now here is Garrett Mitchell. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. That one is absolutely belted. Can't get there. Should be extra bases. Now a relay to the plate, and he's in there. And a run comes in to score.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
Here's the second baseman, David Hamilton. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3.
Hey.
Man on second, 2 down. That clips the corner.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
The
Inside,
Cubs
ball 1.
bullpen with some action. Daniel Palencia, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Man at second. And that one's a little bit low. Ball 2. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Pressure mountain right here with the tying run and the on-deck circle. He's got to find the strike zone.
3-2 now. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, that'll bring the tying run to the plate, so all eyes on the man coming to the dish right now.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Joey Ortiz. That one misses. That's 5 straight.
Well, he's already in some trouble, and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that.
Line drive, base hit. Runner around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they cut the lead to 2.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Really important at bat coming up now.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. That's all for Jamison Taillon, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Palencia on to try and close it out.
Well, he blew a save opportunity his last time out, and I'm sure that's at least in the back of his mind. So this is a good chance at some redemption here.
Pitch misses there. Ball 1. Two on, 2 outs. And that is out of play. And fouled off. Palencia is just 1 strike away. And a ball evens the count. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Two down. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Cubs even this series up at a game apiece.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final 4-2. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.